Hello, this is Omer Ashano here, jazz violinist from Israel, and this is Night Practice Live number 6, where I share with you my practice routine on a weekly basis every Saturday, and basically show you what is some of the routine of a jazz violinist, sharing ideas, accepting ideas from the audience, answering questions, and that's mostly what's happening on these Saturday night practices. Right now I'm accepting you, I'm welcoming you with Gone with the Wind, played by Art Tatum, the great Art Tatum. So today I was thinking about just learning this tune. That's a tune that I've wanted to study for a long time, and I haven't. It's not... Hello, Kalimera, Kali Nichta, Kalisfera. Shalom Roni. So yeah, Gone with the Wind. That's probably what's gonna happen today. We're just warming up with Art Tatum playing the tune. So I was saying that this is a tune that I wanted to learn for a while and never got the chance. Shalom Moody. So I thought that tonight I'll share with you the just an hour around this tune. Okay? So we're gonna start by learning the melody, and I'll show you how I approach. He's the great Ben Webster joining us. Actually, I like that poem. So I'll show you how I approach learning the melody. Hello, Lucy. And we'll move on. Yeah, we'll learn the melody by ear. I'll show you how I approach that. We'll move on to probably learn the harmony also by ear, probably. And we'll continue to some improvisation exercise that I would do on any tune, but we'll apply it to Gone with the Wind in this case. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you very much. Oh, I can't like. I thought I can like comments. I guess I can't. Okay, so we'll wait a couple more minutes for people to join in. Meanwhile, what I like doing every Saturday is starting up with just saying thanks for something this week. For us, in Israel, the week starts tomorrow. Different than definitely in the US and some other parts of the world, of the Christian world, where you have the opportunity to still have weekend tomorrow. For us, the week starts. So that's a good way to start the new week, is just thinking of one thing that we're grateful for, and saying thanks, and keeping darkness away this way. Jazz chord. No worries, Ronnie. Hopefully see you later. Okay, so what am I grateful for this week? By the way, you guys are welcome to also share something. Shavua Tov, good week. You're very welcome to share here in the chat just another thing that you're grateful for. I'd love to hear, and I'd be happy for the other guys to hear too what people are being grateful for. It's, you can learn a lot by hearing what other people are grateful for. What's what reaches their level of consciousness of things that they want or should be thankful for. So for me this week, I guess that would be the opportunity to travel many different places around the world. I think that has been a great privilege. Also living, when I was younger, I lived in Amsterdam for 3 years. And then moving a lot of homes in Israel, and then at the age of 13 I got to fly again abroad outside of Israel. That was for me like the first time I remember flying abroad. And we flew to France, and I got to see parts of Europe, of Western Europe, Eastern Europe, India, almost every state in the United States, including Hawaii. So I'm very grateful for that. I think it's been fun. It's been a pleasure, and also you learn a lot from encountering different cultures, and encountering people from different cultures, and having the opportunity to have conversation with them. And that has been a great learning experience. So that's what I'm grateful for. Okay. So, and we move to all the things you are. Okay, so as I said, today I would like to talk about approaching the tune Gone with the Wind, that has been composed originally for a movie, Gone with the Wind, but let's figure out who composed this tune. The music was written by Ali Rubel, and lyrics by Herb Magidson. Okay, so Ali Rubel. So if you guys, or in this case, I think, no, guys, yeah. If you guys didn't know that, a lot of the jazz standards we're playing a lot of them were actually repertoire from Broadway shows, from old Broadway shows. Hello, Vanny. So music from old Broadway shows and movies, films, and a lot of these songs that were composed as songs, not as jazz tunes or instrumental tunes. They were composed to be a song. A lot of these songs have been adapted in the jazz scene by jazz musicians, and then were expanded on, right? So they would perhaps change the harmony a bit and spice up the melody, and improvise over these songs, and slowly they became what today we call jazz standards, which became like the standard, the common tunes that jazz musicians play with, improvise with. So this jazz standard, Gone with the Wind by Ali Rubel, is a very, very commonly played jazz standard, but I never got the chance to work on it. So today is my chance to do that with you. So as I said, when we want to approach learning a new tune, we start with the melody, and ideally we want to learn that melody by ear. Okay? If we want to improve our ears, have better hearing, have better inner ears, have better expression when we're improvising, we gotta have super sharp ears and a very strong synchronization and connection between our what I call inner ear and between our fingers. So one way of improving that skill is to learn music by ear and not from sheet music. So I would learn the melody by ear, and for people who follow me or my students, like I say every week, you gotta start by singing it. Okay, so we wanna try and sing the melody, and we want to try and engage with the melody in ways which are not through the instrument yet. Okay, because playing the violin is freaking hard, and by applying so much effort and so much thought into playing violin while we try to learn a new skill, it's we're just overwhelming the system. It's just we're overwhelming the bandwidth that we have in our head, and it's just not not the most efficient way to learn a new skill. So I would suggest learn the melody, try to sing it first, and then slowly adapt it to your instrument. Okay, so we'll start by the melody, and after that, when we move on to the harmony, again we'll try to learn the melody by ear. We'll try to listen to the bass playing, we'll try to listen to the piano or guitar or whatever harmonic instrument is in the rhythm section, and we're gonna try and extract the harmony out of that. Thank you. Hello, new people who are here. Call me Virtuoso and the violin guy. We'll try to extract the harmony by listening to the rhythm section by ear, okay? And we'll try to sing the harmonic progression. We'll try to sing the roots of the chords, and maybe even sing the chords themselves as some way of really internalizing the harmony of the song. Hello, Merzliakov. Welcome. So we'll try to learn that harmony by singing it, through singing it, okay? And internalizing the harmony in this way is crucial, because we want to have the sound of the harmony in our heads and not just the feel of it in our fingers. Okay, we wanna be able to follow the chords in our head, so we can send commands to our fingers and not the other way around it. Okay, we don't want our fingers to lead the way when we improvise. We want to have full control of the music that we choose to express. How we want to have full control of how we express the music technically and also musically. What notes do we pick and how long do we play each note? And okay, so we'll go over the melody, we'll go over the harmony, and lastly, if we'll have time, I'll do some just improvisation exercises that I would play over any tune. I would just show you guys how I do that over this tune. Hello, Daryl. Hello. 1, 2, 3, cow. All right, let's start. Well, we're not starting with the violin. We're just starting by listening to the tune. So we're working, for whoever is joining in right now, we're learning the tune Gone with the Wind by Ali Rubel. So let's listen to another version, a little less intricate than Tatum's version. Usually listening to singers is very intuitive. They usually sing the melody in a very intuitive way, so I would say that's a good source of learning like the core melodies of tunes. Let's listen to Ella Fitzgerald. Okay, so applause. So when we try to applause, we want to make sure, I'm just kidding. hope you guys hear well.
Just like a leaf that has flown away, gone with the wind. My romance has blown away. Yesterday's kisses are still on my lips. I've had a lifetime of heaven at my fingertips, but now, oh,
She's so
it's
good.
gone. Gone is the rapture that fills my heart. Gone with the wind. My romance has flown apart, just like a flame. Love burned brightly, then became an empty smoke ring that has gone. Gone with the wind. Gone, gone, gone.
Okay, that was fun. I think I'll just gonna leave you guys and just gonna listen to it like 10 more times. Okay, anyway, we gotta listen to it 10 more times because we wanna start extracting the melody and we wanna be able to sing it, right?
Thank you.
Let's see. Okay, so we're in A flat.
Just like
The key of A flat. So that sounds like. So one of the notes there is kind of spoken, not really sung, but oh, we have a question from the violin guy. Please recommend what should I start learning for playing jazz? Scales, exercise do you recommend for intermediate players? Please help me. Start by practicing modes. Practicing modes and practicing arpeggios of, pick a few very common chords like major seventh, dominant seventh, you know, just go over these. Start practicing modes in all scales, practicing these arpeggios in all scales. That's the way to start, okay? And that's my quick answer. Other than that, you're welcome to keep in touch, ask me questions, hit me up on email, and I also give private lessons if necessary. Okay, let's get back to it.
Just like
So, gone with the wind. That's what I hear. Gone with the wind.
just like a leaf that has flown away.
Just like a leaf that has flown away.
Gone like a leaf that has flown away. Gone with the wind.
Ba-da-da-da. Okay, let's listen to it again.
Flown away. Gone with the wind.
Ba-da-da. Obviously, she's doing a lot of embellishments and a lot of slides and stuff like that we will eventually add to our playing, but we want to start by trying to simplify the melody as much as possible and make it as I don't know, trying to be pragmatic, trying to really box the melody. So when we approach the instrument, we have very clear pitches that we already have in our. Hello, bonjour, Chloe. Good to see you or hear you. So we want to try and really box the melody into clear pitches and not deal with all the embellishments and all the musical part of the music, basically, when we want to learn the melody, all right? Because then we'll have a clear picture of the pitches in our mind, and it'll be very easy to find it on the instrument, as long as you have some experience in your instrument, obviously. Like we're talking, all this material is almost everything that I talk about is aimed for assuming that you're already have some level of reached some level of playing over the violin. So if you have good familiarity with the instrument, you've practiced some scales, you've practiced some arpeggios, then you'll be able to find the note on your instrument pretty easily, as long as you have a very clear picture of it in your mind. Okay, so we had da da na na, da da na da, da na na. I think that was it. Da 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 da. Let's hear that.
Float away, gone with the wind, just like a leaf that has flown away,
just like a leaf that has flown away. Da 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 da.
gone with the wind. My romance has flown away.
Da 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 da.
Yesterday's kisses are still on my lips. I've had a lifetime of heaven.
Da 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 da.
Still,
Let's try to get
yesterday's kisses are my romance has blown away. Yesterday's kisses are still on my lips.
yesterday kisses do 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 da 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 do da da.
I've had a lifetime of heaven
Da 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 da.
at my fingertips.
At my fingertip, ba dee da da da. We have a minor 7 arpeggio here, I think. Yeah.
But now,
So we're back to the A part.
gone is the rapture that fills my heart. Gone with the wind. My romance has flown apart.
Da 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 da.
Just like a flame.
Now we have the ending. Just like a flame.
Apart. Just like a flame. Love burned brightly, then became.
Love, 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 da 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 da. No, I don't think that's.
Like a flame. Love
Love burn,
brightly, then became.
love, 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 da 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 da. Da 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 da.
An empty smoke ring that has gone, gone.
Da 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 da.
An empty smoke ring that has gone.
That has gone. Da 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 da.
An empty smoke ring that has gone. Gone with the wind.
Gone with the wind. So this, I think this part is not really like the core melody. I think this is kind of her way of singing it in a pentatonic, minor pentatonic way. So playing that blue note, gone with the wind, but we'll go with that.
That has gone, gone with the wind. Wait.
We're going back to the top of the melody. Try to sing along.
Gone, just like a leaf that has flown away. Gone with the wind. My romance has flown away. Yesterday's kisses are still on my lips. I've had a lifetime of heaven at my fingertips. But now all is gone. Gone is the rapture that fills my heart.
We're simplifying it, right? Because we're not. We want to have just a very simple picture of it in our head first, and once we get to the instrument, we'll actually we'll try to make it more interesting and embellish it a little more. So even though Ella sings in a very embellished way, I'm trying to kind of simplify what she sings.
Oh, it's gone. Gone is the rapture that fills my heart. Gone with the wind. My romance has fallen apart, just like a flame.
Da, 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 da.
My romance has flown apart, just like a flame. Love burned.
Ah. Just like a flame. Da, 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 da.
Like a flame, love.
La, da, 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 da. We have quarter, quarter, and eighth notes. Hello, Africa Brass. Da, 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 da.
Brightly then became an empty smoke ring that has gone.
And then she sings, go.
Love burned brightly then became an empty smoke ring that has gone with the wind.
Okay, so now I kind of went over it with the recording. Now let's see if I remember that melody. This is a shortened version of how long it would take me to learn a melody of a tune, because I'm kind of familiar with that music, because I've heard this tune played many times. So this process takes quicker for me right now. If it was a completely new tune, that we would have to spend more time on learning the melody by ear. Okay. So I have da 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 da, or da 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 da. She sings.
Yesterday, gone with the wind.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Gone with the wind. Da 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 da. Gone da da da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Gone with the wind. Let's say it's that. Okay, let's try and play it. So we're in the key of A flat. Okay, so I can already see that we're gonna have to take it up an octave higher. Hello, Vincent. So we start from the note F, which is the 6th degree of A flat. But actually, our first chord, I can already hear that. But once we'll go over the harmony, we'll see that the first chord is not the tonic. We start from 2nd degree. We start from a 2-5 progression to the tonic, which is A flat. Hello, Tiago. For whoever is joining now, I'm showing you guys how I learn a new tune. So I'm going from A to Z, what I do when I learn a completely new tune. So we started off by the melody. We learned how to sing it. We simplified the melody. I learned how to sing it, so I get a clear picture of the melody in my head before I take it over to my instrument, and now I'm transferring that knowledge into my instrument. which happens to be a fiddle. Gone with the wind. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Gone with the wind. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Hello, Mr. MacD and Global Artist Movement. Hey guys, thank you for joining. And Boozy. So we have it's basically like an arpeggio of B flat minor 7 with the ninth as well, and we're going back to top of the A part. Go with the wind. Da, 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 da. Go. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Hello, Xanda. Great painter, if you guys want to know. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Bona, da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Let's simplify that ending, or no, let's do it the Ella way. Well, the simplified way will probably be okay. And Ella does it. She's playing that blue note over there, right? Okay. Let's do the whole melody now. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So harmony. Hello, Silvina. Okay, so I can already hear. I can hear that I have ba 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 ba. See, I'm out of tune.
Gone with the wind. Gone with the wind.
Ba, ba, ba. We have a 2/5. We have a 2/5 progression to A flat. Okay, so we have B flat minor going to E flat 7, and resolved into A flat major.
Just like a leaf that has flown away, gone with the wind.
Now we have a very fun modulation, which I think is one of the reasons I love this standard so much. Hello, Helene. So let's figure out where is it going? Where is this?
Just like a leaf that has flown away, gone with the wind.
Da, da, do, da. That's our new tonic. Ba. So I feel like there's a 2/5 progression there. So da 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 da. So let's figure out. So da 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 da. That was our tonic. Da. And our new tonic.
My romance.
So it's going to C major, all right? So that means we have a D minor 7, G7 resolving into C major, okay? So again, let's go over it. We're playing Gone with the Wind. We're figuring out the harmony now.
Just like a leaf.
Okay. Do, fa, to A flat.
Just like a leaf that has flown
Do 5 to C.
gone with the
C.
wind.
Do,
My
fa,
romance has flown away. Yeah.
Okay, so now it sounds like it has been minorized.
Yesterday's kisses.
Now-
Yesterday's kisses.
Okay, so we definitely have a diminished chord coming right after that. Right after that C minor, and we can also hear that we can hear the piano really really outlining this chromatic line. You can hope you can hear it through these speakers.
Flown away. My romance has flown away. Yesterday's kisses.
I don't know if you hear the piano doing that.
Has flown away. Yesterday's kisses are still.
That's what I hear the piano doing. So that gives us a clue for the diminished that we have there. Here's our diminished, okay? So it's going from I guess it's a B diminished. That's probably what they're playing there. Let's see what the bass is playing.
Yesterday's kisses are still.
Yeah, the bass is playing a B note there. So we're going from C. The B part is C minor going to B diminished,
on my lips.
and that goes down to a 2/5 progression back to the tonic. So the B part goes like this: C minor, B diminished, and 2 B flat minor, 5, 5.
I've had a lifetime of heaven at my fingertips, but a lifetime of heaven.
Sounds like it's going to 4th degree.
I've had a lifetime.
Going to 3rd. Yeah, so we have like a turnaround progression there.
My lips. I've had a life.
So what's leading us to that 2-5 progression? We have it's resolving back into a 2-5 progression, back to the tonic. Da, 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 da. And I guess A flat 7 in 3, 6 and 2, 5. So that would be A flat 7, and 3, which would be, because we're going to the minor second, so 3 would be half diminished. So we have C half diminished, F7, and 2, which is B flat minor, going to E flat 7.
My romance has blown away. Yesterday's kisses are still
B flat,
on my lips. I've had a lifetime of heaven at my fingertips.
But we have it's going over fast, this progression. So we have, so the B part goes like this: C minor, B diminished, 2, 5, 1, 1, 7, 3 half diminished, 6 dominant 7, and 2, 5, and that takes us back to the A part.
I've had a lifetime of heaven at my fingertips, but now
So 2, 5, 1.
all is gone. Gone is the rapture that fills my heart.
2, 5 to
Gone
C,
with the wind. My
which is the
romance
third
has
degree.
flown apart, just like a
Now it sounds like we're moving to F minor, I think. So we're moving to B flat.
apart.
Yeah, we're going to B flat,
Just like a flame.
F, B flat, F,
Love
B
burned
flat, 2. Now we have a 2-5 to the minor, to the second minor again. So it's C half diminished, F7, and then we have another 2-5 back to the tonic.
that became an empty smoke ring that has gone with the wind. Gone with the wind, just like the leaf that has flown away.
And 2-5 to C,
Gone with the wind, my romance has flown away.
C minor,
Yesterday's
diminished,
kisses are
D flat minor,
still
5,
on my lips.
A7, 2-5 to 2 minor, 2,
At my fingertips,
5, and 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 5 to C major, 2, 5 to C major. We're going to B flat and to F minor, back to B flat minor, 2, 5 to B, and 2, 5 back to the tonic. Wow. Okay. So now that we found it, using our instrument, you can use your instrument to find the roots and find the sound that you're looking for. So now let's try and sing the progression while singing, trying to also sing the chord names. So let's continue with this fun solo. It's kind of like shout chord.
Became an empty smoke ring that has gone with it.
Alright, we're going to up and 5, 1. not doing the original harmony here. Let's go back.
An empty small ring that has gone with the wind.
Okay.
Gone with the wind, just like the leaf that has flown away. Gone with the wind.
I can't hear it yet. Da da da. So da 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 da. So I need to work on the movement between on this modulation, so I hear it better. I can't sing it well because I don't hear it well. Da 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 da.
Gone with the wind, just like the leaf that has flown away. Gone with the wind, gone with the wind, just like the leaf that has flown away. Gone with the wind, gone with the wind, just like the leaf that has flown away. Gone.
Da. The sleep is complicated. Da da da. Da da da. Da da do.
Gone with the wind, just like the leaf that has flown away.
Da 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 da. So we're going from A flat to D.
Gone with the wind, just like the leaf that has flown away. Gone with the wind, my romance has flown away.
Alan Boozy. So as a way to learn and internalize the harmony, I'm just singing the root notes. First, I just analyzed what is the harmony and try to find it on the instrument and figure out what are the chords. And now I'm just trying to sing the roots and kind of be able to hear the harmony.
Gone with the wind, gone with the wind, just like the leaf that has flown away. Gone with the wind, my romance has flown away. Yesterday's kisses are still on my lips.
A flat, A flat 7,
Lifetime of
C,
heaven
F, E
at my
flat, E
fingertips.
flat,
But
E
now,
flat, E
oh,
flat, A flat,
it's gone.
E
Gone
flat,
is the
E
rapture
flat,
that
A
fills my
flat,
heart.
D,
Gone with the
C,
wind.
D,
My romance is falling apart.
B
Just like the
flat, F minor, B
love
flat
right
minor,
in the cave.
C, F,
An
B
empty smoke
flat,
ring that
E
has
flat,
gone
E flat.
with the wind.
Okay. So sometimes I messed up. I sang the actual like the whole name of the chord, like naming it as B flat minor. Sometimes I just call B flat. It gets confusing. I think the important part is that you know that you get that you have a picture in your mind of what is the color of the chord, whether it's a minor chord or a major chord or a dominant chord. And just see that you can remember the roots, that you can think about the roots. Now you can choose to think about the roots as the actual chord names or as degrees. I find it like that I do that differently depending on what is the progression, the harmonic progression. So when I have common harmonic progressions, I usually think of it as just the chord degree. So I say 2 5 1 2 5. Easier for me to think about it this way. But in the case where we have that modulation, where we're going to the third degree, to a third major degree, so we're going to C major. So I find it easier for me to think of it's 2/5 to C major rather than 2/5 to third. But obviously, if you're in the long run, the more efficient way is to learn the harmony by its chord degrees rather than the absolute pitches that you're playing in whatever key signature you're playing, because then you'll have a better ability to transpose in case in case you're playing with other musicians and the singer can only sing it in, I'm joking, and if some player can only sing it in a in a particular or play it in a particular key signature, then you want to be able to transpose fast. So it will be more efficient to think, let's say Gone with the Wind. So we would memorize the harmony in this way. We would say 2 5 1 2 5 1, then 2 2 5 to third, or like flat 5 flat flat 5 7 3. I would just yeah, some people would think about it this way. I would just think of it as a 2/5 to our new tonic, which is the third major. Okay, so 2/5 to third degree major, 2/5 to third degree, 3, it's the minor, natural minor third degree of the A flat major, 3 flat 3 diminished, 2 5 1 1 7 1 7, 3 half diminished, 6 2 5 2 5 1 2 5 1 2 5 to 3 2 5 to 3 major, and 2 6 2 3 6, or 3 half. We're doing it half diminished because we're leading to the second minor. So but 3 half diminished, 6 2 5 1 3 3 6 2. So after we hit the root, we go back to a 2/5 to a 3/6, because the first chord in the beginning of the form is not the tonic, is the second, right? So we wanna, if we're doing like a turnaround progression, or we're doing a 2/5 leading back to the top, we wanna make sure that we're doing a 2/5 that leads to 2 and not, and not 2/1, because the 2 of the 1 is how we begin the form. So if I'm able to think about the chord degrees and I'm able to sing them, then I feel like I'm pretty much ready to start and try to improvise over that, because I kind of get the feeling of the harmony now. So we can put on a backing track of Gone with the Wind. We'll set it to A flat. Now we don't want to practice this fast at first, right? We want to try and practice it in a tempo that might be boring for us, but it's because we're still in the process of learning, we're still in the process of internalizing, and when we're doing things slowly, this is when we really give a chance to our body to really ingrain knowledge in our muscle memory and in our cognitive memory. So we're gonna play it, we're gonna take it slow. yeah, the interface of iReal Pro changed, so I'm a little lost, but there we go. Okay, so we have a slight variations here in the chart that they have, but I don't think it should matter that much for us. Hello, Marcel, Yannick. Okay. So we'll put on the backing track. Okay, so what I would do now after I've learned how to sing the harmony, sing the melody, play the melody, and sing the harmony and think about the harmony, I would try to outline it with the instrument. So let's just play arpeggios. Okay. Now, another really cool exercise that I like doing in order to really internalize changes is a very tough one. So it's basically an exercise of voice leading, of practicing how to voice lead your melody through the changes, through going over the bar line, basically creating melodies that go over the bar line instead of playing melodies that keep falling back to the root of the chord. What a lot of jazz improvisers sometimes tend to do, not just jazz improviser, I guess improvisers in other styles as well, but I guess mostly improvisers that have to think about chord changes when they improvise. So what they would do is, when they think about the new chord that is coming, many times they'll just fall back to playing the root, or just like maybe the root or maybe the third of the chord, and it does outline the harmony, which is good, but the thing is that many times the player would compromise his melodic line and the direction of the melodic line that he's building, because a chord has changed, and now he's thinking, oh, I'm in this chord, now I need to outline this chord, now there's a new chord, I need to outline this chord, and it kind of breaks the continuity of your solos and their musicality. So this exercise is really good in forcing you to keep a melodic line in the same direction that you were going, despite the chord changing, and this is where you really get to build just beautiful melodies and musical solos, and not just solos that outline, that express their harmony, because that's cool, but you also want to make music. So So what I would do, I would just start playing. I would go over I would play with the backing track, and would react to the chord changes in my melody. But I would, the rule is that I have to keep, and I'm playing modes. Excuse me. I'm gonna play go over scales or modes that are appropriate for the chord that is being played, for the harmony. But the thing is that I must keep going in the same direction that I'm going. Let's say we can, we can give ourselves a framework of at least the first to second position on the violin. And what we want to do is go from the lowest point in our range and play the tonic note to the harmony. Hey Matt. So we're going from the lowest point in our register, go over the scale or the mode until we reach the top of our range, let's say first position range, and then we start to go back. So we're basically doing like an arc. We're going from bottom to top, from top to bottom, from bottom to top. We're playing the scales, and whenever a chord change arrives, we have to change the mode to the appropriate mode or scale. The thing is that we always have to keep the same musical direction going. So that's tough, especially with new tunes that you haven't practiced yet. So I'm gonna try that. I'll try eighth notes. Let's see how that goes. Damn it. Okay, so I feel more comfortable going over the chord changes. So now let's just try and jam. Not yet. Let me give you another exercise that you can do over this song. So we're practicing the tune "Gone with the Wind." If you're just joining us now, and we already figured out the chord changes and we figured out the harmony and we learned how to sing it, because it's very important to learn how to sing the chord changes in the tune before we get to playing them on the instrument. What I want to do now is constrict ourselves. Constricting ourselves and giving us boundaries is very important and is a very great tool in developing creativity. So I want to try and play my solo only over 1 or 2 strings. Let's do it 2 strings, okay? So this way we really solidify the chord changes working only on two strings that we pick, and it also gives us this creative boundary that forces us to kind of try and create something beautiful and something musical with the very limited amount of notes that we have. So we're gonna keep it kind of to the first position on the violin, and we're gonna try and play a solo and react to the chord changes only using 2 strings on the violin. So let's start with G and D, with the string G and D. Let's do it. But I am playing a solo now. I'm free rhythmically, if you were wondering. So the only boundary is the parameter of the notes, which I can choose from the violin, but I can play whatever I want in that parameter. So that was playing a solo only on 2 strings, and that really forced me to really keep thinking about the chord changes, and also trying to come up with new ways to be creative and be musical in my solo, so I don't make it boring. So I just have 2 strings, but I still want to make it as musical as possible. So the next stage would just be to, just expand on that, and try to just jam over this tune. So that's what we've learned today. That was our session for today, Gone with the Wind. I hope you enjoyed and learned something. Some news. I just finished editing today and uploading the second volume of the modern jazz violin playlist on Spotify. So there's a bunch of new artists there. Some of them I even just discovered now while creating this playlist. So I encourage you to go check it out, and let me know whether you like it or not. If you enjoyed it, make sure to save it in case you'd like to come back to it and see the updates. I update the playlist once every now and then. So if you hit the save button, you'll be able to follow it and know when I'm doing any editing and uploading new versions of it. And that's it for today. I hope you have a good week, and that you get to practice often. So see you next week. Same day, Saturday, same time, 9 p.m. New York City time, or New York State time, 8 p.m. Central Europe time. 2 p.m. New York time, 8 p.m. Central Europe time, and 9 p.m. Israel time. Okay, so have a good day or good night wherever you are, and I'll see you next week. Good night.